Hello and welcome to MidnightSilverCrafters.com. My name's Steve and I'll be your host. Today in this video, we're going to take a look at what I've been up to out in the shop. Okay, so the other day I was talking with this girl and she asked me if I had any suggestions on how she could come up with something like a portable jeweler's bench. And, I got to thinking about that, and I thought, well, a portable jeweler's bench would really be just something that would be awesome to build. Off of this pattern, I'm going to make me a mold. I'm going to make me a latex rubber mold off of this pattern. And I'm going to pour that mold with wax. And I'm going to make me a wax pattern for this exact part that I'm building right here. Well, alright, here it is. Boy, this thing sure has undergone a few changes, that's to say the least. But here it is, and I'm getting my design of how I want to build this thing. I'm refining my design more and more, but there it is. It's coming along. There's a lot of work right there, sitting it right there in front of you. This is what they call pattern work. And I'm making these patterns. Now this piece right here, I'm going to cast this top piece, but this base, I'm starting to think that this base is going to be, I think I'm just going to build this base out of some real good wood. And put a real nice finish on it. Now this whole thing here, this prototype, this is a prototype, and this is what I do when I build models. Now, normally I'm building a model for jewelry, for a piece of jewelry. Well, I'm building this model. It's not a piece of silver, but it's a lot of other different materials, but it's all the same type of work. It's what all this is finish work. Okay, but I just want to give you a quick little overview, kind of what I got going here and what I've been thinking about. Now this top piece right here, I'm going to cast it, but I got a real special material that I'm going to cast it with, and it's just an awesome material. I'll show that to you a little bit later, but what it is, it's a material that I came up with, and it's like a stone. It's kind of like wood, but it's kind of like stone, but it's real hard and durable, and it won't break. But it's really cool material. I'll show you a piece of it, but the cool thing about this material is on this piece right here now, after I make my latex mold off of this piece, I'm going to cast it with this material, and this material I can buff it down just like buffing a gemstone, and it's really amazing. But it's coming along. I've been just roughing it out. It's still got a long way to go. This is made out of fiberglass and foam. Mostly this foam right here. My main piece under there, I started with this foam. Then I fiberglassed over the foam to make it real rigid, and then I just started working it down with this Bondo right here. Alright, and I've got this Bondo, and then I've been putting this fiberglass resin and fiberglass cloth. This is all laminated. It's real strong because I'm making a plug. But I got my first coat of primer on this, but now I got to keep blocking this thing down, and I'm going to block it down all the way to 3000 grit. Now that's a lot of block sanding, but that's all I do. That's how I built this thing. You see this piece of wood, I wrap my sandpaper right around this big piece of wood, and I sand it, and I block sand it, and that's how I get it. That's how I finish my layers of Bondo that's on there. But I'll show you what this thing, a lot of the features, and it's going to be just awesome. But right here, running around this edge, you can see right here, running around here, these little holes. Well, now remember, this is not the finished piece. This is just a plug. This is a model that I'm going to pull my mold off of, my latex rubber mold. But I'm just showing you the finished piece is going to have all these holes running around here, and those are all going to be for your bits. Not for your bits, excuse me, for your jeweler saw blade. Okay, and there, see, they're going to be running around there. It's like storage for your blades. And then I made me some patterns. Now, all these blade sizes are going to be marked on here. Okay, but what I'm going to do, I got a vinyl cutter sitting in the house, and I cut me some vinyl letters that go right around here, and I'm gonna build those up, and I'm gonna make that right. Everything's gonna be right in the mold. See, now this is my pattern, but when I pull my rubber mold off of this, all those numbers for these blades are gonna be right in the mold. So each part that comes out of this mold, it's going to be finished. I mean, when this part comes out, it's going to look, this is exactly how you build a boat. Okay, I'm building this exactly the same way they build boats, but I got my blade storage right here for my jeweler saw blades, and then right here I got some more storage for some bits in there. Now this is all going to be this inside of this is going to be flocked. If you know what flocking is, it's like a real soft velvet material. But then right here I got me two swage blocks on here. Now these swage blocks are great. You can put your steel mandrel on there for pounding out your ring shanks and stuff. See, I got this one's a bigger one back here, and this is a smaller one up here. So I got two swage blocks, okay, which is one of the handiest things in the world that you need when you're making jewelry. And then I got some doming blocks. Right here I got an oval, and I got two round small doming blocks on there. And then right here I got a bigger round doming block on here, and then right here on the end of this is a big thick steel plate. If you can see how thick that steel is, well, right here, this is going to be my block, you know, your flat bench block right here. It's going to be cut, and it's going to be the same width as this, but I got my bench block right here. Okay, you got to have a flat bench block to work your metal. So I got that right there. Now right here, right down here, if you can see this is my bench pin, but it slides right in there. See, now this bench pin is removable. All right, so I'm going to have this a removable bench pin. And then you can slide that bench pin out of there, and then I'm going to have another piece that slides in. It's going to be a soldering block. It's not going to be quite this large, but it's going to look, it's going to be like a soldering block that slides right in there. But this thing, see, I got this base. This is all made out of wood. But see, I'm going to put a fine finish on this base. I'm going to build these. I was going to cast the base part out of aluminum, but I think I'm going to go ahead and cast them with something else, or I may just build this base up out of some real good wood and put a nice finish. But this finished product, when you see this finished product, it's going to be just absolutely mind-blowing when you see this thing when it's finished, because I'm going to put my logo on it right here on the side. I'm going to put this on it. See, I'm going to put my logo real big, but it's going to be real fancy the way I'm going to make this, because I'm going to make this logo right here. What I'm going to do with this logo, I'm going to cut this out of vinyl, okay, and then I'm going to take the vinyl and I'm going to stick it on a piece of this foam board like this. The vinyl, I'm going to sand this foam down real thin, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to sandblast it. See, now that's how I used to make a lot of belt buckles, is that they were sandblasted. But I'm going to sandblast this logo onto this foam, and I'm going to have me like a mini sandblasted sign is what I'm going to have. And then that's going to go right here. This is the actual size of it. Now this is going to be just an absolutely beautiful product when this thing is done. I mean, when you see the finish that I'm going to put on this, I'll probably end up spraying this base with some type of epoxy, or maybe I might use gel coat, or I might use like automotive finish, you know, like real good car paint, like base coat and clear paint. But this is going to be real shiny and smooth. And then it's going to have this is going to be like a little sandblasted sign, my logo here. But what I'm going to do with this sign, you'll see as this progresses, but I'm going to paint this sign by hand, and I'm going to make me a bezel just like you would for a ring, but I'm going to put a bezel around this sign. Okay, I'm making this real fancy, because if you think about it, a jeweler, people who make jewelry, they are into perfection, okay? And that's what I want this thing to look, just absolutely beautiful. But all right, well, I'm going to make me a nice bezel to go around here for this sign, and I'm going to mount that. And there's more features, so let me do a little more work on this, and let's give this another day or so, and then I'll give you another update.
Okay, I think I'm going to end it here. But on this channel, I teach silversmithing pretty much from start to finish. Right here, you can see I teach soldering and jewelry making, and pretty much anything and everything related to jewelry making and silversmithing is what I teach on this channel. Here goes a couple different rings that I've made. This particular one here, this eagle head, this was a casting, and I did a whole complete video on that. Here's another ring. This is one of my popular rings. This is a cross ring that I made. And also another thing I teach on this channel is casting, lost wax casting and jewelry casting. I do a lot of other types of casting also. But these are the main things I teach on this channel. But I would love to have you as a member of my channel. But if you do decide to subscribe to my channel, if you do me just one little favor, if you would just go down there in the comment box, and if you would just leave me a little comment and write in there, I subscribed, I would just love that. I would appreciate that, and that would really help me grow the channel a lot. So, all right, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. It's been fun. My name's Steve, and I'll talk to you in the next video.